What's up, everyone? Just wanted to go over a quick pivot play. A lot of people asking about, hey, what are pivots? How are we playing them? All right, so I actually was able to get a screen recording of it, and I'm going to look forward to getting more screen records on the YouTube content so you guys can see how exactly I'm playing them. So real quick, right here, Saidu, popped up pre-market as you guys can see right here, and it popped up. I missed this whole
CHWY.
entire move, but I was keeping this one on watch, so I'm going to go ahead and just click play, and you guys will see
BLNK.
as soon as this was coming to this pivot right here that I smacked it. All right. I smacked off the pivot. Only grabbed 10K.
BLNK.
Nothing crazy. Okay. Um,
BLNK.
you know, but smacked it right there, and I was looking for the 5 break. Okay. Notice how I slid
BLNK.
inside this right here, and I didn't just sell right
BLNK.
away. I was gonna hold that and risk this pivot, right? And this is our pivot right here. Okay. So watching this, I'm
BBWI.
looking for the 5 break on this one. Okay. Still in the play, trusting the play. You can kind of see it right here off the 1 minute. Look at that nice 1 minute volume come in now. We're looking for the 5 break, the 495 break. Have my finger on the trigger to sell some to take some profit. Took some right there. Yeah, I was just letting people know off the pivot play. Mentioned it right there. Yeah, so easy 2K, nothing crazy, or 1.8. But that right there was an example of me playing it off right here. This thing didn't break in 5. I just didn't want it to flush all the way down because, as you can see, right here, after it did break 5 on the 1, it broke 5 and then dumped really fast. So, you know, I didn't get the break of 5 like I really wanted to because I honestly thought it was going to dump on the tape. But that was a good play. That's how I played it. I don't hesitate when these come. You know, um,
BLNK.
real quick too, like on the Mara one,
BLNK.
you know, Mara set up, pulled back right here. It bounced pretty much off this 250 pivot. It broke it a little bit, but that's okay. I'm in there to try to see it really break. Okay, this is lifetime too. It's actually setting up a flag, but just gonna go over pivots too, like EVTO. EVTL tried this one too. It bounced. Yeah, I could have sold,
BBWI.
but it didn't hold and it broke down. Tried it again right here, again off this A pivot. But this is what we're looking for. Okay, so if you look at TBLT, the one that we played earlier, which was a banger
BLNK.
off of
BLNK.
the 5 minute flag right here. This was great. All right, and a pivot, guys, could be
BMBL.
on any type of small time frame. I got my trade ideas on. Let me shut that off. Okay. So, you know, TBLT started to break out. All right. I missed these ads right here, which is fine. Actually, Herb had a great eye on this one. If you see this pivot right here, all right. Oh, let me change this. Okay. That was a nice ad right here. Herb got the first one. All right. And TBLT, once it started to open up, it had this nice low volume pullback. And this is now, once this, you know, came down here and broke over this pivot now. All right. This where do we got? Where do we got? 467. Just because it breaks it by a few cents doesn't mean I'm going to get faked out of it. All right. Let's go look on this 1 minute 4-day one. What do we got? 720, 720. Okay. It's right here. All right. This is comparison, right? This 5 minute flag setting up, it pops up, it's pulling back. Look at the VP on it, it was a lot lighter. Just because it broke that 467 pivot right here, as soon as it broke down, you saw a nice buyer step up, a nice 300K volume stick come in on here on this pivot break, and then you got this continuation. And what you see is right here is I love when these set up because if you look at the confluence of the time too, we got a level, a pivot, This is our pivot that we're working off this 5-minute flag. If you see this right here, this candle closes, open up, and goes. So that's when you're paying attention to the time up here. Okay, looking at the 5-minute setup, playing 5-minute candles, looking for this new 5 minutes to close, open, and go. All right, target was 497, and for the break of 5. That was a great play. Nice 5-minute flag, nice 5-minute flag pivot play. Okay, just because again too, we're looking at intraday. We're playing these on a smaller time frame, so we're looking for areas of once they break, once they pull back to get retested and hold, and then go ahead and break for more. Okay. Let's see. We had went over side to another play we went over was EOSE. Okay, this was a daily one. I still got the lines on this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Now we're looking for this EOSE play that we did on 719. Like to have the minute and stuff all across. Okay. This thing had news that day too. It was gapping up, right? It made a nice move right here. Played this off the 5, but the pivot that I played this off of was this 235 daily pivot. All right, because when you're playing this, if you look left, it's like, well, what are we going to go off of, right? There's nothing right here to go off of. So let's find a daily pivot to go off of, all right? Just because it came down on this right here doesn't mean the play is dead. I think it's worth taking a stab off a pivot area that makes sense. All right, and then what happened was is what it did was it put in a nice 5-minute flag right here, a nice pop up, low VPA pullbacks on this. All right, and it finally broke out. All right, nice pivot play off the daily setup. All right, you know this other one that we shown you was a nice 5-minute pivot play off a intraday inside 5-minute setup. This is a daily pivot play off of obviously the daily, right? Let's see what's going on. TBLT. All right, PGY. What a banger. Okay, I'm gonna go over this one because I played this 5-minute flag right here and took the L. Pretty big L, right? And it happens. I had size in there, right? Had a pretty much 30K, to be exact, but it's okay. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I would take this all the time. The only thing that happened right here is I got caught inside of this kill candle or this flush candle. Okay, which is fine. Now I'm waiting for the next setup. Okay, now this thing is actually catching volume. So I played it again off this pivot now. Now that it broke this area, could not get back over. I re-added this off this 585 pivot, and then it broke out over these 617 highs, and look what it did again. It gave us a nice, beautiful 5-minute flag setup. Nice pop, low VPA stair step down off this other 617 pivot. Intraday pivots are worth taking a stab over and over and over again, in my opinion, when things are strong with volume. Okay, this is also a nice day, a nice liquid trap or a nice bounce off this new IPO thing that just completely sold off and it had volume. Nice 38 mil for the day. All right. On this setup right here, I would take it over and over again, looking for a 5-minute flag breakout. It did not happen, which is okay. Came back strong. Had a plan off this pivot. All right, and again, another pivot play right here, and made all my money back on this play. All right. Um, all right, so that's all I'm going to do on this video quick. Didn't want to be super long. Just wanted to go over some plays, pivots, 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 5-minute flags. All right. I just think it's easy, clear risk. Okay. Obviously, this one right here, I was just trying to do the breakdown on this. It's fine. But to me, it's easy risk. If this doesn't hold, I cut. It holds. It's great. um, Instead of getting chopped up and playing things that just, you can easily get back your gains on. Um, but all right. Yeah, I wanted to go over how I played that SIDU this morning. It was nice to get that on there and show you, you know, um, remember when you're playing these, to me, I like to look for pivots. Anything on the day that can give me a nice clear risk off with an entry. All right, it could be something like this right here. Again, something on Mara, where this popped up, okay, and it's pulling back right here. Now let me try this pivot. If this doesn't hold and get sucked up right away, if you look on the one and how this played out right here, is that this, yeah, this broke it, but it got sucked up and volume increased right here and it just went up. All right, that's a great trade. That's a great, spot to look off of. And if you kind of see this right here, this thing's pulling back, and now look at what it's doing right here, live time. Okay, it's bouncing off now this other previous pivot right here on a smaller time frame, 5 minute time frame. Okay, but yeah, somebody wanted me to go over pivots. I have another video that I'm gonna go over off of just like reading the tape. I wasn't even in this one. It was just something. Oh, something that I wanted to go over to try to help you guys read level 2, right? Which is this right here. Okay, but I have that in the making. I'm trying to get a bunch of video clips on that so you can kind of show you examples and stuff like that. But all right, guys, thank you for watching, man. Please hit the sub button. You know, trying to get a lot of people, try to help people understand the market, different ways to trade it. Obviously, there's so many ways to trade it, right? These are all my opinions on how to trade it and stuff that I've been practicing and working on for the past 2.5 years. And this is how I can stay consistent, right? We don't win them all, but we keep the losses small. And our wins outweigh our losses. Okay? Alright, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys later.